Hey everybody, Brooks from dashcams here. So everybody always likes a good get pulled over by the cop story. So here's what happened to me this past weekend, Memorial Day weekend, heading up to a friend's lake house to do some water skiing and jet skiing. And so I was taking the Tesla Model X 100D, towing for the first time my Sea-Doo, which weighs about 1,500 pounds with the trailer and everything. So had a little bit of range anxiety. Anyways, we head up to this the friend's lake house. We always pass through the same area every time. It's there's a couple of small towns from Fort Lauderdale to Central Florida that you pass through, and everybody knows not to speed through these areas, so including me. Always very respectful of the speeds in that area. Always slow down. Never had a problem before. This time I ran into some trouble. Seems that this city called Moorhaven in Florida has been maybe not getting enough write-ups for speeding tickets, and they've come to a new setup where they are pulling people over for failure to move over. So I was in the Model X, had autopilot on, car was driving by itself great with the trailer in the back, and I see the speed limit drop down as we pass through this town. Slow down. I think the speed limit was 40. I hit autopilot on 40, cruising no problems, and then up ahead I see what looked like police SUV on the side of the road. So my initial knee-jerk reaction, no matter what, because maybe I'm usually speeding, is to let off the throttle right away. So I let off, tap on the brake, autopilot turns off, the car slows down, and I probably slowed down to, if it was 40 miles an hour, I probably slowed down at least half that, probably 20 miles an hour. Passed by the officer. Both the officers were on the outside of the car, just kind of standing there. No radar, no laser in hand, nothing. So we keep going. All of a sudden, they jump in the car and start following me and turn on the lights. So I'm thinking, geez, what did I do? I definitely was no chance I was speeding. So I pull over. Officer comes up. I'm being very nice, how's your afternoon, so forth. Officer says, do you know why I pulled you over? I said, no, I really have no idea. He says, the failure to move over law. At this point, I'm like, okay, and what is that? And he says, well, if there's a officer on the side of the road, you have to move over a lane or slow down 20 miles an hour below the limit. And I said, well, officer, I have a trailer behind me. There was someone on the left of me, and I actually did slow down quite a bit before I passed by you. And you didn't have radar in there, so I'm not sure why I'm being pulled over. At that point, he just asks for my license and registration and heads off to the back. When he comes back, we get into a little bit of an argument. I happen to turn on my iPhone and record it so you can see what happened. Obviously, after I knew he was writing me a ticket, I was not very happy. But I was very nice before, maybe not so nice afterwards. So I'm going to play the video here.
Out of my face. Get your face out of my butt. Should I get up? Yeah, get up. That's a good plan, Bruce. Get up.
Alright, sir. You being cited for the move over law.
But I slowed down.
Sir, you were not 20 miles below the posted speed limit.
Did you have me on radar?
Yes, I did.
You did not. All right, this is me slowing down right here. The car
This
logs
isn't
everything.
for argument, sir.
Oh, well, I did slow down.
You didn't move over. You had an option.
You said I could either slow down or move over. But there was someone in the left lane. I couldn't move over, so I slowed down.
Sir, you want to argue it in court?
I'm just saying, I slowed down.
Right? We're not arguing here.
Okay, this is the...
You're being cited for failure to move over.
Fine.
All right. You have your.
You did not have me on radar. I saw you.
Pardon me?
You had me on radar that I didn't slow down?
Yes, sir.
Okay, can I see the radar?
Sure, sir. You can step out of your vehicle if you want to look up in my windshield. My
How fast was I going?
Sir, you were not. You speed limit right there is 35 miles an hour.
How fast was I going?
Okay. You were still at 37 miles an hour.
It's not.
Okay. Signing here is not admission to guilt. Promise to take care of the citation within 30 days. All right. You have your three options. Your first option is if you choose to pay it, you can take the points, which are 3 points against your license. Option 2, if you're eligible, you can take traffic school to keep the points off. Your third option is you can take the citation to court. All right. Do you have any questions, sir?
Nope.
All right. Please drive safely.
Nice
sir.
racket you got going on here.
Is your license back?
No. Did I? Is my license in there?
Oh, yeah. Why are mine open?
All right, so there you go. You saw my interaction with the officer. I actually had him stumbling a little bit. He didn't actually know what the speed limit is. First he's like 40, then he's like 35. I did have you on radar. I didn't have you on radar. He wanted me to get out of the car and check out his radar system. I did think about that for a second, but then I was like, yeah, I think I know better than that. I've seen plenty of police videos where you get out of the car and I make some weird hand gesture and all of a sudden he thinks I'm assaulting him and I'm on the ground being under arrest at the local jail. So, you know, I didn't want to push it too far. I didn't want to get out of the car and make a scene. But, you know, clearly he didn't have radar on me. He was outside of the car, no radar. He said radar, which is in his windshield, which, you know, if it's in his windshield and I'm behind him, obviously he's not radaring me there, and both of them out of the car. Anyways, I said the car logs everything. I was showing him on the dash of the Tesla where it shows me letting off and decelerating as I approached him. Obviously, he wanted no part of that either. So that's that. Didn't let it ruin my weekend. I was pissed off for about an hour. And I threw that up on Instagram and people got a kick out of it. So I thought I'd do a YouTube video of it. So there you go. Something to note. And in this Moorhaven town is a population of about 1,600. Not many people there. Most of the buildings look like they're about to be knocked down. From the laundromat to the crispy chicken restaurant to a couple of tire places. I mean, it's just a small strip of US 27 that goes through there, and that's about it. Interestingly enough, the two nicest buildings in this city are the jail and their courthouse, which is a really nice courthouse, and I think we can understand why. This is your typical Florida speed trap, and this time when they can't get you speeding, they get you for failure to move over when it's actually not possible to move over, and they actually didn't get me on radar. I didn't let the ticket ruin my weekend, so I'll play a little bit of me doing some wake surfing for the first time, which was a lot of fun. I highly recommend it. Anyways, here it is. Thanks for watching.